Hey guys, welcome to the webinar. We're going to cover a lot of things today, but more specifically, we're going to talk about sales, point of sales, purchase, inventory, invoicing. We will also show how these applications are all integrated with each other. So let's start the session with purchases first. So, all the purchases over here, if we go to purchase, we have a whole new fresh setup over here. Whatever we purchase from here is reflected straight away to the inventory. So let me show you how these inventory look. This is exactly how the inventory looks. Showing you the Kanban view over here, which basically has a lot of power to group things based on different parameters over here. So let's select internal category and apply. You see I have already set few products over here, which is basically categorized. One of the easiest navigated application in the industry for sure. So we're going to show right now how purchases reflects directly to the inventory. Over here we can see that we have this Fender guitar, which we have on hand, one in quantity. This is Carbon Guitar C17, which has a price of $1,400 US, but we don't have anything on hand. Same with the other products. So we're going to show like how we purchase things and how it reflects to the inventory. So let's go to the purchase application first. So as we can see that there's no request for quotation left yet. So let's create one. The first step is, of course, you have to request for a quotation, so you have to create one. So over here, you have to select from where you're basically buying your product from. So you can always create and edit the vendor. You can also have their email address and details, so you can access to the information whenever you need them. So let's click on Fender USA for now. This is the order date over here. Vendor reference, you can put on any reference you want. So for an example, US is my reference over here. So right now what we're going to do is create an item. So as I have chosen Fender guitar from USA, so let's create Fender guitar quantity. Let's say for an example we want to have 5 in quantity, and unit price is $450, which is pretty nice. And I have already configured tax by 15%. You can have multiple taxes based on your regulatory issues, based on wherever your business is located. Once this is done, you can send the RFQ via email to the vendor that you're working with, and so they can have the RFQ. Just let me show you for a while. So if you do that, the Fender USA company, right now it's not configured. For an example, sales director's name is John Doe, email is john@example.com. So we always can select this, and you see you have a compose email over here where you can have your email template, and you can just send it, and your vendor is going to just receive the email just like this with an attachment with the request for quotation. So let's save it right now over here because your request for quotation is done. And the next thing you have to do is you have to confirm the order, based upon confirmation from your vendor. So if you confirm the order, let's confirm it from here. Okay, so you can see that on shipment, you basically can see that this is on shipment right now, incoming shipments, obviously. And once you confirm the order, let's go back to the inventory over here. You will see on receipts, you will be having one to receive. If you click on it, it's basically the exact same thing. You have okay. So if I click on this, you'll basically see that your initial demand was 5, and this is basically for validating everything, like whether you have got whatever quantity you have asked for. So let's go back to purchases right now. So right now you see there's no request for quotation. The reason is the request for quotation that you created is no longer in request for quotation because you have already confirmed the order, and you can basically get in purchase orders. Absolutely. So over here you'll see this one is the latest one for 5 pieces, Fender USA. And the next step is you will be receiving the product. So once you click on receive product, it'll basically get you the same thing I have shown you from the inventory. So right now what you have to do is you have to validate your quantities. So how to do that? Click on edit, and just pretty simple. If you have got 5 pieces, just click on 5. So your initial demand was 5 and you got 5, and you just click on validate. It's pretty simple. It's one of the easiest inventory software, yet covers every single thing that you require to control your inventory, to track your products. So once you've done that, you basically have received the products based on the purchase order, which is your PO00002 US. So let's go back to inventory over here, and you have 0 to receive because you have already received the product. So you go to master data and products over here, and this is your Fender guitar. You can see on hand you have 6 units. It was 1 before. You just purchased another 5 right now, and obviously you can group by. You can use this wonderful filtering option where you get the overview on your products based on whatever category, whatever parameter you require, and just click on apply. And I always like this Kanban view based on categories. So I basically can have an overview on whatever I have based on different categories of my products. So the next thing up is we have received the product. We have issued our purchase order to the vendor, but we haven't paid the bills yet. So someone's got to pay the bill, and let me show you how this vendor billing basically happens. So we basically click on control and we go to vendor bills over here. That's pretty amazing. It's a very easy one-click solution. We click on create vendor bill, and over here it basically asks us a lot of things, but definitely you don't have to write down so many things again. So what we do over here is we click on the drop down. It basically shows you the last purchase order you basically offered. Just by clicking here once, it basically fills up all your information. So you can basically choose, for an example, 28th February, choose the billing date, and due date the same day, and vendor reference, let's say US 02 is just for reference number. You can put any number over here. Purchase order has already been there. You can see it has basically got same thing. The taxes are calculated over here, and you can just click on save. Once you click on save, and there you have to validate this. So let's click on validate over here, which basically gets you to the entire view of your bill. So now if you have paid the bill, you will be registering the payment. Very simple. Or you can even ask for a credit note over here. So one of the most beautiful thing over here is working on group. So if you're working on group with a lot of other team members, so you can just leave a note over here that the bill is received safely. So your other team members can basically see that you have basically left a text message over here about this bill. So once you click on register payment, since you have paid the bills, it basically asks you whether you have paid through bank or through cash. So for now, let's just also it asks you about the memo number if you have any. So right now, just let's leave it like this with the internal reference number and the same value that I have over the bill. So let's click on validate. Here we go. So this is paid on today's date over here, and you don't have to worry about anything. This has already integrated with all the data with the accounting application, which is the invoicing over here, which is every single thing of the organization, every single transactions of the organization. So this is how purchases work, where once you purchase something from any vendor, it basically covers the request for a quotation. It basically sends a vendor bill, and you can always go back. You can click on vendor bills. You can see whoever you have paid before from here. So in the next micro webinar, we're going to cover the other applications over here. Thanks for your time. Cheers.